Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. So as we look at this week's Farm Margin Index for September the 14th, 2012, you'll notice that we had quite a change in our soybean profitability, but yet very little on corn and wheat, even though the market's cash prices ended higher on the week. And that's primarily due to some increases in overall nitrogen expense that are figured into our farm margin index. But as you can see, there's still good profitability historically for both the 13 and the 14 crops. This is how we come up with our information based off of new crop prices at Groveland, Kansas. And you can see here where we also represent some of the changes that were made in our overall crop nutrient package. So today what we're going to focus on is primarily our 2013 wheat, how our crop insurance base price turned out, what your profit picture looks like, as well as take a peek out into that 14 year. So as we've been talking about with our crop insurance base price, that number came to a close today and will be finalized by the USDA and RMA here very soon. But we estimate that to be at $8.78. So if you had a 45 bushel APH, an 85% insurance policy, and an $8.78 base price, that would guarantee your operation $336 an acre of gross revenue, which is significantly higher than where we're at last year at this time. So what does that mean? Well, if we use the exact same expenses, so $296 of estimated expense, a 45 bushel APH, and an $8.78 base price, with today's close of 9/11, it's putting you in a situation where your farm, if these numbers are true, to be $84 an acre of profit. Now, we've also see that's at a perfect scenario of your APH and the price not moving. But if we get into a low yield, low price situation, we're going to come anywhere from $10 an acre of profitability all the way up here to $32. So although not going on trips to Disney World, it does give you a good risk management and profit floor for your operation by simply making that one decision. But if you choose to not buy that 85% policy and just come down by 10%, your picture is completely different. You're looking over here at where we were at a profit of $10 an acre. Now you're at a loss of 18. So by simply making that decision, you're able to improve your overall profit picture. Now, I'm not saying every person needs to buy an 85% policy or a 75% policy. That needs to be determined based off of what works best on your operation. But to take this the next step forward is, what does the 2014 crop look like? This chart just shows you what the historical wheat revenues are from 2005 all the way through today. And so if we go ahead and look at today's expected gross revenue potential for 2014 wheat, we're estimating that to be around $367 per acre. Well, if you put this on the chart and look at it from the last 7 years, you'll notice that we've had very few times where we've had a greater gross revenue opportunity than where we're at today. So I'm not saying to sell grain, I'm just saying that if this makes sense on your operation, making small incremental selling decisions would make sense. So for more information and customizing this to your farm, get a hold of one of our grain marketing specialists. We'll be happy to help you out. So what's causing the market to move right now? Continued world weather concerns, whether it be in the Ukraine, whether it be in Australia's dryness. Those concerns are driving this market, as well as back here in the United States. And then the economic policies with QE3 passing, how that affects consumer confidence is going to be a big issue, and gave some support to the market here at the end of the week. For more additional information, feel free to contact your farm, your grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great weekend.